Hello, I'm Senator Chris Marr from Spokane's 6th Legislative District, and welcome to my first video update of the new year and the new legislative session. Over the next 2 months, I'll be providing weekly updates on an array of things the legislature will be working on. Now, let me start by wishing you all a happy new year. 2009 was pretty rough on all of us and many of the people we care about. These difficult economic times we live in will not soon be forgotten. But how we react to these times and what we do to lift each other up won't be forgotten either. And that's why we must really all embrace the new year for the opportunities it presents to overcome these challenges together. This will permeate everything we do in Olympia over the next 2 months. The legislature has convened its annual session and will be focusing on the things we can do to spur the creation of new jobs, improve our state's business climate, and help get laid-off workers retrained and reemployed in high-demand fields. Unfortunately, we'll also have to rebalance the state's budget. Last year, we closed a $9 billion budget hole without raising taxes and left a sizable reserve account in place. But as the unemployment rose, demand for state services climbed, and as consumer confidence fell, anticipated tax collections plummeted. As a result, what was once a healthy surplus turned into what is now projected to be a $2.6 billion budget hole for the remainder of this 2-year budget cycle. Now, this is not a one-year problem. Our state is expected to encounter another budget shortfall next year as federal assistance disappears, and that's why we'll take a thoughtful approach to rewriting the state budget this year to preserve core programs that we can protect well into the future. All of this brings us to one undeniable conclusion. We have got to get this economy going again. That's a core priority of mine, and in the weeks to come, I'll be telling you more about things I'm working on to spur job growth. As bad as they are, the budget problems we're experiencing in Olympia are no different than the ones many of you are experiencing back home in Spokane. Many of you are dipping into savings to buy groceries, and many of our employers are just barely hanging on, desperately hoping for that economic turnaround to arrive. That's why we'll be keeping our employers and the jobs they provide in mind as we wade through all the very difficult decisions we'll be making this year in Olympia. But we can't do it alone, and we shouldn't. That's why it's important that people participate by calling the legislative hotline in Olympia to leave a message for myself or the governor, or just send me an email. There's a lot at stake this year, and we're all in this together. Again, I wish you a happy new year, and I'll check back next week with another update.